So we are down here in the Haymarket by the parking garages here in Lincoln. This is parking garage 1, 2, and 3. We did these several years ago. This was before I was working full-time at Kaiser, so we're probably talking 2011, 12, 13-ish. So definitely 10 years ago or more. So you're seeing red parts, you're seeing green parts, you're seeing blue parts. So all these are aluminum substrates to begin with, blasted and then painted. It was an architectural paint spec, and it was specified that way, so that's why we did not powder coat these. And this was actually before we had powder coating capabilities because it's been so long ago. So this would be a high performance paint specifically meant for an architectural application to go exterior to hold up with color and gloss for a long time, probably around the 10-year mark or so before it started to lose color and gloss. Bright colors lose color and gloss the most. As you can see, this red kind of more looks like a burnt orange. It was actually a pretty bright red to begin with, but bright reds definitely in the sun will get chalked and faded and kind of like bleached out like this has. The green still is pretty good. It's probably a little bit more of a vivid green to begin with. The blue is actually probably looking the best. They definitely have all lost gloss, but that's to be expected. It's been over 10 years, and this gets from noon on. There's nothing blocking it. It's just getting pounded with sun every single day as the sun's setting. This is probably one of the bigger projects we've done, most visual. Everybody gets to see it. It's on the big parking garages here downtown. It's an aluminum substrate, so you're not going to see any rusting. But the good thing is, whenever I'm driving by, you know, I would cringe, or it would really bother me if I looked up and I saw paint falling off and you could see the aluminum substrate. That would be the worst thing possible, and we would obviously need to try to get that fixed for them. But you're not seeing that anywhere, and a lot of that, or most of that, is because all this stuff was blasted first. If anybody knows me or brings parts down, you know, I always want to blast them, whether it's a new raw steel or aluminum. Like this was new raw aluminum. We blasted it first, then it got primed, top coated, and if we wouldn't have blasted it, we probably by now definitely would have seen some adhesion problems where paint was starting to fall off. That's why blasting is so important. It gives you a good blast profile, gets the metal cleaned up, gets all the old corrosion off, but it really allows your paint or powder coating to stick really good to the substrate, so then you don't have adhesion issues. So it's one of the main reasons why we can get stuff to hold up so well outside, is because we blast it first. Even if you have new raw steel or aluminum and you pre-treat it really well and then powder coat it or prime it and paint it, if you're not blasting it, you don't have that blast profile, you don't have that mechanical latch point where the paint can actually grab on and adhere. You're really just hoping that you have some good chemical adhesion, or have gotten a good etch and pre-treatment. And usually that's not enough for something that's going to go outside for several years, be out in the weather, I'm sure this has been hailed on a couple times. And so to see that it's still holding up, and we're not seeing, I mean, you can look across all this and I'm not seeing any bright aluminum in the middle of where color is at. So that's really, really good. That's the thing that we're in control of at Kaiser, I feel like, is the adhesion and making sure that it's going to hold on there for a really long time. It's kind of out of our control how that color is going to age, how it's going to chalk and fade. We obviously can pick a really good product or recommend a really good product, paint or powder, for a customer. Obviously, the better that it is, the more expensive it is. So sometimes the customer doesn't want to spend that much money, so they pick a lesser quality product. But we're obviously buying that from a paint or powder supplier. We don't have our hands in making sure that that coating is going to be something where the color and gloss is going to hold up for several years. But what we are in control of is, or more in control of, is the adhesion. And so that's why I always like to blast everything, and a lot of our customers don't like to do that because it adds expense. But this is the reason why. And this, I know I'm talking about it and hitting on it quite a bit, but when you see this and it's been up for this long, it just speaks for itself that our process that we use, there's a reason for it, and you're going to get good long-term results out of it.